You're crazy. I like you, but you're crazy.
Hey! We're recording the podcast! Shut up!
Good morning to you, wherever you are, because it is
Morning Subway!
for August 7th, 2026. My name is Bernie Burns, sitting right over there. I like her. She's crazy. It's Ashley Burns. That Ashley,
Well, you know what they say about crazy.
What do they say?
Don't put your dick in it.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not that crazy. With a threshold for crazy. What's the equivalent of that? Is there like a saying for that for women, for guys?
Don't let the dick in.
Don't let the dick in? Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, I mean, if he's a dick, don't let him
But
in.
is there like a catch-all for like just the words crazy for the guys use pejoratively for women? That she's crazy?
I don't know, but I like weird.
Weird? Just
Yeah,
weird people?
I've come around on weird, like, well, they're a little bit weird.
Weird in general.
They're
Weird.
just weird.
All right, we need to address something while we're talking about weird behavior. This is potentially, I think, our biggest controversy in the history of this podcast. It happened this
hold
week.
on. Are we rolling out the apology music or are we doubling down?
Actually, I'm going for a full influencer double down.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Friday, right? What, who's gonna come after us on the weekend?
what are you gonna do? Fight me on a Saturday?
the people from internet forums will be busy with their outdoor activities all weekend, so they can't come after us. So earlier this week, I talked about the movie Super Mario Brothers Galaxy, but it's the Super Mario Brothers franchise in general. They have this little, what would you call it, a star, a little energy drop?
It's a
What is
Luma.
it? Okay, it's a Luma, and this one is specifically called Lumalee.
Yes, this one's named. So this was the star that turned up in the first Mario movie that sort of hinted at what was to come in the second Mario movie, which is the Mario Galaxy movie, which the Lumas feature in the Mario Galaxy games.
Very nihilistic, yearns for death, comes out of nowhere, really doesn't play into
just
anything else.
in the middle of the rest of the movie, just like the weirdest, darkest humor.
Right.
Like it's just coming out there saying things that will horrify your children. You want to cover their ears.
And I said that character really has no place in a children's movie because it's a children's movie, I think. And people came after us because people love Lumalee. Let me tell you something. You're all crazy. Usually an influencer would say, "Oh, I'm sorry that some of you felt that way." I'm not sorry some of you felt that way.
No. Is that I'm sorry that you were offended?
Yeah, you need to turn the mirror on yourself. Put that lens of criticism upon yourself. What is it you like about that? You lunatics in a kid's movie.
Well, no, here's the thing. I do like when you can watch a kid's movie and there are clearly jokes and things that are peppered throughout for the grown-ups that they're just going to fly right over the kids' heads.
Is that though? That's like all death talk. I don't want that.
Well,
in my kid's head.
that's what this one is a little bit different in that it's not just like, oh, the kids aren't going to understand this joke. It's just an insanely different tone.
Right.
But I think I get what they were going
and
for.
I'm sure there's all those millennials out there or whatever who say like, well, we grew up with Super Mario. It's ours, right? It's ours because we were Nintendo kids or whatever. Listen, if you were born in like the 80s or 90s, you didn't get Super Mario first. I had Donkey Kong, right? Before Mario had a name.
So you're laying claim, you're saying that Mario belongs to Gen X?
Exactly.
Yeah, Bernie, here's the problem with that. No one gives a shit about anything that Gen X wants or needs or thinks.
Should we just blend into the boomers?
Well, no, it's just, the Gen X is just always forgotten. You go straight from millennial to boomer, and like Gen X in the middle of there, no, yeah, they're like, no one. And
I played Mario Brothers in the arcade before they were Super, Ashley.
And for the most part, Gen X is happy to be left out, but you're just stepping right into the line of fire here.
No, I'm claiming ownership. Don't take that from us. I did a hard time in the sewer pipes with just the Mario Brothers before they were Super. You guys show up with your Super Mario and your psychedelic mushrooms and your fucking nihilistic little energy drops or whatever the fuck that thing is. You want to claim my territory?
You haven't put in your time jumping barrels?
Stolen valor. That's what that is. It's on you. It's on you. That would be the ultimate influencer double down. You rarely see that one where it's like, what if I'm not the problem? What if everybody else is the problem? That's a great one.
Right. I'm not the problem here.
Right. It's all of you.
You.
It's all of you out there. So no, I'm not backing down from this. I don't apologize for Lumalee. So if that's a deal breaker, thanks for coming this far. Now go and do whatever you do in your like aspiring serial killer lifestyle out there. How dare you?
Well, while we're talking movie and video game tie-ins, I saw something interesting on Steam charts. and you're not going to be at all surprised by this. But in the wake of the release of Spider-Man Brand New Day, Bernie, what game or games do you think are seeing a massive resurgence in players?
If I had to guess, I would say Spider-Man.
You would be correct.
What about like do other superheroes get a knock on like that Arkham series or the people playing that one?
You know what? Hold on. Let me check. I will actually look up the Arkham games and see if they're getting the same kind of.
Man, we need a good
boost.
Iron Man game. There's Iron Man games out there, but we need a good Iron Man game.
Well, you know what could have been so close too is Anthem.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. But that was like one of those like that we just all are going to laser focus on this one and watch it die, right?
Right.
Which usually when you say the Steam charts, this is one of the rare conversations where we're going to have a positive conversation about Steam charts, right?
Right, because a lot of times they're used to sort of like weaponize expectations, for a game, or be like, look how this is bombing. This is a case of people saw Spider-Man and they're like, man, I like that Spider-Man. I want some more Spider-Man. And then they went and played Spider-Man. So first of all, the Arkham games, it looks like they are not seeing the boost that Spider-Man is.
Oh, I wouldn't expect that.
They aren't. But Spider-Man Remastered has a 1,700% gain. Hold on. I got this written down.
They went up 17x.
So Spider-Man is up 1,500% and Spider-Man 2 is up 900%.
Okay.
In terms of its player numbers. In the last
10
month.
times the players suddenly playing it. That makes sense.
Right.
Hey, I thought about playing it with Vin because I haven't seen the movie, but there's been so much Spider-Man stuff out there.
Have you managed to dodge the major spoilers so far?
Spider-Man's not going to end up in like the Epstein files like Lumalee is eventually. I'll be right one day. You'll see. It's not coming out about
if you throw enough accusations out, one of them is bound to be correct.
So have you, having seen Spider-Man, did you want to go like sit down to the PlayStation? We have both Spider-Man games. Is there a third one that's the Miles Morales
There's the
one?
Miles Morales one, but
is that
I'm
its
not
own
sure.
game or is that DLC?
Yeah, I think it was. Let me see if it was released on its own. I want to say it was originally DLC, but then they might have like spun it off on its as its own game because it built to its own.
Those
full
games
campaign.
are fun, dude. I should say the game that I played the first one. It was a ton of fun. I thought the fighting was great. I thought the web swinging was great. Probably better than any Spider-Man game I'd ever played before.
Yes, Miles Morales is a full standalone game.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. There was a big DLC drop though for the first one too. I can't remember what it was. I want to maybe it had Black Cat in it or something like that. I don't know. It's Sony, so it's like I know a little bit about it, but I know that I enjoyed playing it.
You
quite a bit.
know just enough to make the people who know anything about it mad.
What a sweet spot to land in for a podcast.
But
we call that engagement.
I remember when they first announced that they were making the Spider-Man game and it was coming from Insomniac. And I was immediately like, oh, this is going to be incredible. Because Insomniac was the studio that made Sunset Overdrive for the Xbox. And it had such like natural fun movement to it that the second you were like, oh, translate that to Spider-Man, that's going to be incredible. And the reason that I bring up these player numbers is I'm like, this is like Fallout, almost like a missed opportunity not to release some new Spider-Man content and further capitalize on the, reinvigorated interest and the extra sales you could get. But then I remember Insomniac right now is about to put out the Wolverine game.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which
So
would be great for when
I guess
Doomsday
they're busy,
comes out.
but still.
I haven't seen any any Wolverine, any of the clips from Doomsday. I say any of the clip that we've seen, basically.
Any of the clip.
But I think Hugh Jackman is named in it, so I assume that Hugh Jackman's not going to show up and play like a butler in it or something like that.
Although that would be funny.
That would be people asking for a refund, actually, I think. But it makes sense. And who knew, by the way, leading into Spider-Man Brand New Day, everyone was talking about superhero fatigue and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden it just became the biggest movie opening of all time.
But maybe, does Spider-Man count? I feel like Spider-Man has always occupied like its own special space in Hollywood where everyone always loves Spider-Man. They can reboot Spider-Man endlessly and everyone will still love it and go see it.
Can I tell you too, that mechanic of swinging? People like that.
People like the swinging.
People like swinging.
More swinging. It feels great in the games. It's fun to watch in the movies. More swinging.
Spider-Man video game. There was actually going all the way back to the Atari 2600. There was a good Spider-Man game on the Atari 2600, and you were swinging in that. Pitfall, do some swinging in that. You ever play Bionic Commando?
Nope.
You have a grappling hook. And actually, we were playing. Did I say this when Finn and I were playing through Halo campaign evolved, which is fantastic, by the way. Xander and I are trying to set some time this weekend to play. There's some prequel missions, and I haven't played them yet, so no spoilers, please, on those. But we're going to play through them.
You're going to be so pissed when Lumalee shows up in the prequel.
Exactly. Well, if she's the villain and I get to, like, pump her full of lead, we'll see what happens. But when Finn and I were playing through Halo campaign evolved, you know what he said right in the middle of it?
What?
He goes, I wish Master Chief had a grappling hook. And I was like, oh, guess what? He gets a grappling hook later on.
Perfect.
Dude, the swinging in Infinite was fun. Grappling hooks are great. They should be in every game, I think.
I really like when games manage to nail the pacing to make you like wish you had something and then you get the thing and it's awesome and you're so happy about it.
Name a Mortal Kombat character. Go.
Scorpion.
Grappling hook. See? People love it. People love a rope and a hook. They love that stuff. They love swinging around.
Hold on. There's Mortal Kombat. There's a Mortal Kombat movie coming out?
I think it's out already.
Okay, well, shows you what I know.
Carl Urban one?
Yeah, and I feel like I'm like, it's Carl Urban in Mortal Kombat. Of course I should go see this. But, oh yeah, it came out in May.
Yeah,
wow,
it already came out.
I suck.
You were looking forward to that too.
I know, I suck as a Carl Urban fan.
Hey, we need, since we're talking about pushback from the audience. We need
what, as in trying to create as much as possible?
We need to do some voicemails. So,
okay.
What's the email that we have for that? If you want to send a voice note, which are always higher quality, send that to voicemails@roosterteeth.com, or you can use the Google Voice line. Do you know that off the top of your head?
Oh boy, here we go. 512-553-5430.
Gonna mark that.
I'm getting
we not fill somebody's voicemail up.
Check that.
Why the fuck are so many people calling and talking to me about a cartoon character in Super Mario? Getting all these messages from it. Or you can always just leave a comment. We're not gonna do a Q&A, but next week, I need to get some more. And we've got a huge backlog of them as well. But if you got anything you want to say,
dude, I nailed that number. So that's our number, 512-553-5430, country code 1 if you're outside
the voice
US.
notes, I think, are much higher quality.
They are. They come through a lot cleaner.
Yeah, that Google Voice one, we got to find a new one for that. But that's the number. So we hope to hear from you. And of course, if you want to leave comments, you can always do that as well. Somebody left a comment that made me think about it, which was on the Rooster Teeth website, which is, I just put an update on the front page of the website about how we're going to be jockeying with the podcast library, because we're going to be posting all the versions of the podcast where we have edited out the old host thread ads and that kind of thing. And then we're going to be changing some stuff up and changing the branding as well. And Eric153 wrote as a comment on there, I used to love it when Gustavo did the ad reads. Do you think you could make a video of just all the ads? And I want to congratulate Eric153 for either having the funniest post on the new website or one of the dumbest posts on the new website. I'm not sure which one it is, but I'm going to go for funniest.
Well, look, are you sure that Eric153 isn't actually Lumalee in disguise?
I will not be making that video. I want to be clear about that. I will not be making that video.
Just the ads.
Just all the ads all the time.
That's it. Me. Over and over and over.
What has happened to us is society, Ashley, that people want to listen to nothing but ads all the time.
So I'm blaming Lumalee.
So are you going to be cool if I go see Spider-Man this weekend?
Absolutely. I think you absolutely should. That way I can talk to you about it.
Yeah. I need some kind of distraction, because now the war in Iran has reached the point now with this back and forth with everything that's going on. I haven't even talked about the thing that's really gotten under my skin more than anything else in the last couple of weeks. But I guess it's like, this is just the world we live in now, where did you read that Trump has a level of subscription on his Truth Social where you can pay, I believe it is $100,000 a month to get his posts earlier than other people. And that's so blatantly, clearly an insider trading subscription level. It's just insane. It's just insane.
Yes, $100,000 a month for an API subscription for early access to his social media posts.
That's just insane. But now the situation now, the U.S. is getting their ass kicked so bad in this that now Iran is now saying that they have a plan in place for putting tolls on all the ships that travel through the Strait of Hormuz, and also banning all U.S. ships and all Israeli ships. So the U.S. will not have access to the Strait of Hormuz.
And only the U.S. And Israel.
So it's an escalating situation in Iran. So I needed something to distract me from the horrors of the world.
Well,
going into the weekend.
Spider-Man will be then at least like a nice 2-hour window where you can just like feel good. We did see the Odyssey, so that was also a nice break.
What did you think about the Odyssey?
I liked it.
I loved it. Listen, this is not the best presentation. This is not as Christopher Nolan intended. The sound system in particular.
Oh yeah,
was
the theater.
struggling.
We only had like so much time we could get out. So not only could we not go for the IMAX investment, but we just went to the nearest theater we could, and it was like crackly sound in some of the really loud parts.
Yeah.
And so I giggled a little bit at that. I was like, I don't think we're seeing this in an optimal way.
There was a moth shadow on the for the first two
we
scenes.
sometimes get like moths flying in front of the lamp, the projection lamp. You know what? It added to the atmosphere.
I'm not. Listen, I no way am I going to complain about any of that stuff because someone who runs a small theater in a rural community, God bless you.
Thank you for your service.
100%.
And so I had a great time. I liked the movie a lot. I thought everyone did a fantastic job in the movie.
Yeah, all that like kerfuffle over casting or whatever. Everybody in that movie was amazing.
Everyone in the movie was
Even
incredible.
John Bernthal, Ashley. I've been corrected on my pronunciation of
Bernthal?
Bernthal. I'm not supposed to say Barenthal like Berenstain Bears. So Bernthal. Apparently, he has said that's how you pronounce his name. He was great too. I thought for sure he was going to see
Not a
bizarre.
single. Let me tell you something.
Not a single one. Although he did tell Tom Holland somethings. You know, that was the whole purpose of the character.
He did tell him something. He just didn't preface it with "Let me tell you something."
That's why Nolan's a great director. He doesn't you don't need to have the character say he's going to tell you something. He just like metaphorically, I'm going to tell you something. And then tells him a bunch of stuff.
I will say the Odyssey made me a little bit. It was a little bit sad on behalf of Ryan Hurst, who is the Kratos actor who's being recast potentially with Bautista, because he was in the Odyssey. He was fantastic, and I saw him there, and I was like, damn, he would be great as Kratos.
Damn, who was he in the Odyssey?
He was obviously the tall unit with the beard.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He's one of the Odysseans?
Yeah,
Odysseus?
he was fantastic here. This is there.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, he would have been fantastic.
I was like, damn,
what a fucking shame.
I didn't see it as well with that initial set photo that they had released for the God of War production. But after seeing him in the Odyssey, I was like, I get it. And now I don't get it.
Well, it's too. Listen, there's worse things too than being in a Christopher Nolan movie and then like losing another part later, because Christopher Nolan puts you in stuff again and again and again.
Just ask Robert Pattinson.
He works with people constantly over and over again. In fact, something that I noticed, which I'm going to put as positive a spin on this as I can, Nolan's worked with Tom Hardy twice that I can think of: Inception and whatever the last Dark Knight was. The Dark Knight Rises, is that one? Or what's the last one? The Dark Knight Promises?
The Dark Knight has bad knees.
Dark Knight versus Lumalee. Whatever that last one was, where Tom Hardy played Bane. So there's the dude that was in this one who is like the dude who's not Tom Hardy.
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises, but looks like Tom Hardy. You know the guy I'm talking about?
The guy who's not Tom Hardy that looks like Tom Hardy?
He was in Odyssey.
Okay.
Yeah. And I thought, so is Tom Hardy not available? Or is that just like, sure, yeah, I don't want to work with that guy again. Swoop, and change him out. So. But I love when a director uses the same people again and again.
Well, you can tell when they do that they've got like a good idea of how to work together.
Yeah.
And they feel like they get the best out of each other when they do that.
I love seeing Robert Pattinson and stuff. I really do.
I like him because he's so happy to be like, fuck it, yeah, whatever, let's do it. Like he does so many types of characters, and it seems like he really enjoys doing lots of different types. Like he can be Batman, or he can be like this like kind of like whiny coward baby man, or he can be like a crazy person, or he can be 17 different Mickeys, or just like all these different things. He seems to have a lot of fun with the sheer variety of roles that he takes. And also, he's an insane person to interview, so that helps. Yeah.
The other thing for casting that you and I were talking about, going back to our discussion about Lumalee erasure, we were talking about how when they do a big animated adaptation of a beloved property, man, if you are popular when they go to do that casting, that can be one of the best windows to hit. Like Chris Pratt as Mario. Well, we were talking about like Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, right? if you were even going to cast that today, would you cast her again in that role?
Or would you cast, I don't know, who's big at the moment? I'm not even sure.
Margot Robbie
fucking
or
Sabrina Carpenter. Who knows?
Sabrina, or
right?
whatever. It's like, man, if you can land
but if
that
you can
role early.
Just be the perfect amount of popular, not when the movie comes out, when they're casting the movie.
Right.
It's like this very narrow, specific window of time, but you can like make a career out of that if you just threaded that needle.
It's like Benny Safdie's another good example of that. Like he's the biggest box office star this year, and yet you don't see his face in either movie.
Wait, so I know he's in Odyssey. What's the other one?
He's Bowser Jr.
Oh,
in Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah,
right.
So he might be ahead of Tom Holland still because he's done really well.
as far as like top grossing for the year.
He's Agamemnon in Odyssey, but you never see him. Right?
Right. You see like he's like always in shadow and stuff. You see the hair, you see like some nose.
Yeah.
But you don't see like him just like hanging out, chugging a beer.
Great character, by the way.
Great character.
Dude, the way they started the Odyssey where you don't see Odysseus at all and they're all talking about him, that's really cool. Like just they're building this guy up before you see him.
I liked a lot of the things they did in the movie, and there were a lot of things that like from the stills and the marketing that came out before the movie that didn't make a ton of sense. A lot of it, people were focusing a lot on things like the armor. They're like, that's not at all realistic. And then you see it in the film and you're like, oh, it's because it's someone's telling a story.
Right.
And this, it's a story, so it's not realistic. And you kind of get that more in the context of the film.
So here's our review. I know we're outliers here. It's a good movie. The movie that
everyone thinks is great.
Fell in love with 3 weeks ago.
We also like it. I also gotta say, did you spend any time while watching the movie going, I know that place? Because they did a lot of filming in northern Scotland.
Yes.
To the point where there was one scene I was like, I think that boat is still there on that beach, actually.
Well, listen, Scotland is the filming destination. A lot of Brand New Day was filmed in Glasgow, and they're about to start production on the new Robert Pattinson Batman movie in Glasgow.
So is Glasgow the new New York?
I think it is, yeah.
Is it affordable New York?
I guess so. It's like the, Gotham, like the random replacement for American City, basically.
And you can count on it to be cloudy most days.
Most days you can count it to be cloudy, yeah. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not sure.
I don't know. For film, I think consistency is key, right?
All right, Ashley. Well, who are the super popular people that we're casting in the animated version of our lives?
All right. Well, those I look forward to working with again and again are Onyx Walking Tank and Acto75. Thank you both so much for sponsoring this episode of our show at patreon.com/morningsomewhere and roosterteeth.com.
Hey, that does it for us this week, ending August 7th, 2026. We will be back to talk to you on Monday. We hope you will be here as well.
Bye, everybody.